How does a kid from Omaha, Nebraska, with no connections, become one of the richest and most respected investors in history, and almost lose it all? Warren Buffett, known as the Oracle of Omaha, didn't start with millions. He built his first $1 million fortune through sheer discipline, sharp instincts, and a deep understanding of value. But a single emotional decision nearly destroyed everything he had worked for. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how Warren Buffett made his first million, the mistakes that almost wiped him out, and the life-changing lessons he learned along the way. Warren Buffett's fascination with money started early. As a young boy, he sold gum, newspapers, and bottles of Coca-Cola door to door. He even set up pinball machines in local barber shops, turning a small hobby into a steady income. By the time he would saved $5,000, equivalent to over $50,000 today. This early entrepreneurial streak taught him how to spot opportunities and reinvest his earnings. More than just making money, Buffett loved understanding how money worked. He was obsessed with turning small amounts into larger sums, a mindset that would eventually define his legendary investing career. At just 11 years old, Buffett made his first stock purchase, 3 shares of Citi's Service Preferred at $38 per share. The stock immediately dropped to $27, teaching him his first lesson about patience and market volatility. When the price finally rose to $40, he sold only to watch it soar to $200 later. This experience stayed with him, shaping his belief in long-term investing. Buffett realized that impatience often kills profits, while discipline creates wealth. His early fascination with stocks grew into a lifelong passion for analyzing businesses and finding value where others failed to look. Buffett's early investment missteps taught him lessons that would shape his philosophy. He learned that chasing quick profits often leads to disappointment. Instead of focusing on price fluctuations, he began studying companies to understand their true worth. These lessons came from both small failures and big observations. For example, he saw how selling too early cost him major gains with Citi's service. Rather than getting discouraged, Buffett treated every mistake as a learning opportunity. By his teenage years, he was already refining his strategy, leaning toward value investing, a principle that would become his lifelong mantra. In 1950, Buffett's life changed when he discovered Benjamin Graham's book, The Intelligent Investor. Graham's philosophy of buying undervalued companies resonated deeply with him. Determined to learn directly from the master, Buffett enrolled at Columbia Business School, where Graham taught. Under Graham's mentorship, Buffett learned the art of value investing, looking for companies that were fundamentally strong but overlooked by the market. After graduation, he worked at Graham's investment firm, gaining real-world experience that sharpened his instincts. Graham's teachings became the foundation of Buffett's success, influencing every major decision he made on his journey to becoming a millionaire. After returning to Omaha in the mid-1950s, Buffett decided to start his own investment partnership with just $105,000 from family and friends. Buffett Partnership LLC, so BPL, was born. He charged no management fees, only taking a cut of profits above a certain return, something unheard of at the time. With a sharp focus on undervalued stocks, Buffett grew the partnership's capital at an incredible pace. Within just a few years, he had gained a reputation as a brilliant investor. This small partnership would be the platform that helped Buffett make his first million and build his future empire. By 1960, Buffett's disciplined approach had turned his partnership into a powerful investment vehicle. He made his first $1 million not through luck, but by compounding modest gains year after year. Buffett's strategy was simple yet effective: buy undervalued companies, hold them long-term, and let compounding work its magic. While others chased trends, Buffett focused on fundamentals, cash flow, earnings, and business models. His ability to see value where others didn't allowed him to outperform the market consistently. That first million was a testament to his belief that slow, steady, and smart investing always wins. In the early 1960s, Buffett began buying shares of a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. He initially saw it as a value play, but the purchase was fueled by emotion rather than strategy. Buffett admitted he wanted to prove the company's management wrong after feeling slighted by them. It was a rare moment where his emotions got the better of him. He kept buying shares until he controlled the company. This decision, however, soon turned into a nightmare, as Berkshire's textile operations were failing. It was a gamble that could have cost Buffett his first fortune. Berkshire Hathaway's textile business was bleeding money, and Buffett's decision to pour resources into it threatened his hard-earned wealth. He later described buying Berkshire as one of the worst mistakes of his career. The textile industry was dying, and no amount of good management could save it. Buffett realized he had made an emotional decision rather than a rational one, a violation of his own principles. The near loss of his fortune taught him the importance of staying objective and never letting pride drive investment decisions. This painful lesson became a cornerstone of his future success. Instead of letting Berkshire Hathaway drag him down, Buffett transformed it into a holding company for better businesses. He started using Berkshire's capital to buy strong, cash-generating companies, beginning with insurance firms like GICO. This pivot was the turning point that saved Buffett's fortune and set the stage for building his empire. By focusing on businesses with predictable earnings and long-term value, he turned a near disaster into a winning strategy. Berkshire Hathaway became the foundation for all of Buffett's legendary investments, proving that mistakes can become opportunities when you adapt and learn from them. With Berkshire now a holding company, Buffett made some of the most legendary investments in history. He bought stakes in companies like American Express, See's Candies, and later Coca-Cola, businesses with strong brands and long-term potential. These investments, made with his classic value investing principles, compounded massively over time. Each win reinforced Buffett's belief in buying companies, not stocks. Rather than chasing quick profits, he looked for businesses with durable competitive advantages. These decisions didn't just grow his wealth. They built the foundation for Berkshire Hathaway's rise to becoming one of the most valuable companies in the world. Buffett often calls compounding the eighth wonder of the world, and his first million proved it. Instead of spending his early profits, he reinvested them to generate even greater returns. Over time, this snowball effect turned small gains into massive wealth. Buffett's discipline in compounding didn't just apply to money. It applied to knowledge and experience, too. He believes that small, consistent efforts, whether in investing or learning, lead to exponential results. The power of compounding became the secret ingredient to his financial empire, turning that first million into billions over the decades. Warren Buffett's path to his first million, and the near loss that followed, teaches invaluable lessons. First, patience and discipline matter more than quick wins. Second, emotions can derail even the smartest investors, but learning from mistakes is what builds true success. And finally, compounding, both in wealth and knowledge, is the key to long-term greatness. Buffett's story proves that success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about staying calm, adapting, and continuing to grow. His journey from selling gum as a kid to becoming a billionaire is living proof of what's possible with focus and persistence. Warren Buffett's rise to wealth is more than just an investment story. It's a story of mindset. He made his first million through patience, discipline, and sharp strategy, but it was his near failure with Berkshire Hathaway that taught him the lessons that made him legendary. His journey reminds us that success doesn't come from never making mistakes. It comes from learning, adapting, and compounding your efforts over time. If Buffett's story inspired you, like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Behind the Glory for more incredible stories of visionaries who turned setbacks into lifelong success.